Hi everybody, I'm just south of Langham just now, which is a few miles that way, and north of Canonby. And where I'm stood right now is outside Gilnockie Tower. It's the clan home of the Armstrongs. Now, the Armstrongs are thought to have come from a man by the name of Fairbairn, who some battle at some point in Scotland saved a king. The king was knocked from his horse, and the man Fairbairn basically lifted the king up with one arm, put him over his own horse, and escaped the battle. But that's just legend, folks. The truth is, nobody knows how the Armstrong clan got their name. Yeah. Now this place is it's famous for two people, Johnny Armstrong. Talking of whom, Johnny Armstrong of Gilnockie, who lived in this tower on the banks of the River Esk. And it's also famous for Neil Armstrong, a descendant of Johnny Armstrong. And Neil Armstrong obviously is famous for having been the first man to set foot on the moon. So what I'm going to do is take a walk around. I ain't going to go in the bottom floor, staff are in there, but if you can imagine a tower, the bottom floor there would have been where the livestock was kept. So if we move on up to the first floor here, and we're now in the living quarters, and the staff here have done their utmost to set this up as close to as possible of what it would have been like back in the day. And when I say back in the day, I can only assume back in the day for them was the time of Johnny Armstrong himself. Reeving obviously went on for some 300 years. So I can only assume it was the time of Johnny Armstrong. Or maybe Kinmont Willie was over there. Kinmont Willie was obviously, he was an Armstrong, and he's famous for his escape from Carlisle Castle. Here's him having been captured and being taken to Carlisle Castle. Now, his escape was it's probably the most famous, or one of the most famous things from Carlisle Castle's history. He was rescued by family members. But Kinmont Willie, nobody actually knows if Kinmont Willie was a direct relation or descendant or whatever. I mean, he was a reaver himself, and around about the time of Johnny Armstrong. He was alive then. But nobody knows if he was a direct relation to the clan leaders. Now that's the latrine, 16th century toilet. Now there's a lineage of the Lords of Mangerton, which is Kinmont Willie. Now if you can't read this, I can suggest that you pause the video and zoom in, just like you would do in an ordinary photograph that's online. If you zoom in on it, you should be able to read the writing clearly. So here we are, the new Armstrong room. Now I'm not going to go around everything. I think I said earlier, I don't have much time in here today. This place is closed, and I've been privileged enough to be allowed to walk around so I can make this video. What I would say about the place, not only the place, the staff here, you know, all the castles I've been round, all the towers, all the cathedrals, churches, everywhere I've been, every building I've been that's been staffed. The staff here in this building have been the most helpful and most friendly of everywhere I've been. They really are great people. So I can only recommend them. They've been absolutely amazing with me. So yeah, like I say, I'm not going to go around everywhere, or rather every board, because the place is well, there's a private function going on later on within the next hour. And that's Mangerton, that there, and that was the home of Kinmont Willie. So like I said, I'm not going to go around everywhere, I'm not going to show every board or like I normally do. Hopefully you'll make the visit yourselves and you'll take the time to read and see the place for yourselves and learn the history for yourselves. I can only recommend it. Beautiful place, and certainly the best setup that I've ever seen. Arriva's Tower, and actually having set it up the way that they have, it's been absolutely amazing to see. This room here is about the tartans. once a month if you're lucky enough, or if you can arrange it. I would assume it's normally advertised. This place is visited by a group called the Steel Bonnets, who set themselves up as reavers. This was special lunar tartan, which was made for Neil Armstrong. The River Esk there, just in those trees. Beautiful views, as always from the top of a tower. Beautiful views. I just walked straight past it, so I'll go back round to this. Special wee photo there. A calf on top of the tower. Just zoom in on that there. You can read that. So there we have it, folks. A walk around Gilnockie Tower. I hope you've enjoyed it. It was a very brief walk around. I had to kind of rush that a bit. Like I say, I've been privileged today to being given the opportunity to come in and visit the tower, because it is officially closed for today because of a private function. And as you've probably heard, hopefully I didn't catch her on the video, Queen are there busy queening for the function, which is starting in less than an hour. So anyway, like I said, through the end of the video at some point, I recommend coming and having a visit. The staff here are amazing, just amazing. The most friendly people I've ever met in my life, staff wise, for an ancient building. Really helpful, and I thank them for the help they've given me. And I can only recommend you come and visit the place yourselves. It's well worth it. Anyway, I thank you for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks now.